Rumble since it was an interference. It will be a four-way match at the Royal Rumble for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. It will be LA Knight versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles versus the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Head of the table, Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. And that's what Nick Aldis told Paul Heyman. And I knew he was going to do that. Once I saw Bloodline come out, I knew they was going to interfere. And I knew there was going to be a four-way match. Nick Aldis standing there being all cool. I said, it's going to be a four-way match. That's why he let Roman and Rock out, do what they want to do. Um, was to be expected for the four-way match. Here's the thing. I see why they did it this way. They did that because Randy couldn't get his one-on-one against Roman. They're going to save that for a later date. AJ Styles won his one-on-one against Roman. They're going to save that for a later date. And LA Knight already had his one-on-one match against Roman at Crown Jewel a few months ago. Well, back in November, 2 months ago. So they're going to put them all together. It's going to be a four-way match at Royal Rumble, which is something we haven't seen in a title match at Royal Rumble in a while. It's going to be one-on-one. We haven't seen that in a minute. The last match I do remember at Royal Rumble being a triple threat or four-way was 2015 Brock Lesnar, WWE Champion time, against John Cena and Seth freaking Rollins. And Seth Rollins was the Money Bank contract holder at the time, and that was a great match. I believe Rollins was the one pinned by Brock Lesnar to retain his title. So that's the closest thing we have to more than other than a one-on-one match for a title match at the Royal Rumble. So 2015, that's 9 years ago. Why not have it some at 9 years later? So I knew Randy wasn't going to get his one-on-one right away. He just came back, and definitely not AJ. So they had to do it this way. But best believe we will get a one-on-one match, Randy versus Roman later on. And like I said, AJ also one-on-one against Roman later on in the near future. We will get that at some point. I don't know when. Could be, I don't know if it's WrestleMania. Could it be Money in the Bank? Could it be SummerSlam? Could it be Survivor Series? Who knows? But it will be somewhere down the line at that particular point. It will be at that point. Now, I cover a good portion, and we're not done exactly yet. We'll put a plug on IG and X. Bye bye. Check out more. Come to the Red Carpet Ring on YouTube. So, with that being said, um, what do you guys think of this four-way match at Royal Rumble? Like I said, I think like they did this for a reason. They're gonna sell the one-on-one matches later since it was interrupted. Um, and then too, you guys gotta remember too. Not only these matches I mentioned will be down the line, there will also be a draft coming up. We're gonna have the draft what every April, May-ish. We're in January right now, so look for the next 3, 4 months to get a draft. All these guys we see on the screen right now, they may not be on the same brand coming down the next draft. AJ could very well go back to Raw. Randy Orton could go back to Raw, or LA Knight could go to Raw, and some's gonna stay. Well, I think LA Knight, since he faced Roman already, he had to match Crown Jewel, even though Jimmy Uso came interfered on Roman's behalf, put his leg up on the ropes. LA Knight is going to go to Raw. Why? Because LA Knight's a very popular superstar. If I'm not mistaken, he just recently got 2023 breakout start of the year. He had a very good merchandise sales with the Yes shirts. He was up there with Stone Cold Steve Austin shirts and the legendary NWO shirts. The guys who held down those merchandise for over 20 years, and LA Knight was up there right there with him this past year, along with Cody Rhodes too. Can't leave him out. But I can see LA Knight getting drafted from SmackDown to Raw. This happens all the time. They start out on SmackDown, build a name for themselves, get high in popularity. When the next draft comes, they go to Raw, the number one flagship brand show for sports entertainment for WWE. We just had this going with Gunther in the past year. He started his legendary Intercontinental title reign. He started out, he won the title when Intercontinental title was on SmackDown. He got popular, he rose up, had good matches, put more prestige on the title, and they drafted him to Raw. Same thing we have with LA Knight. I'm calling it right now, January 5th, 2024. LA Knight will get drafted from SmackDown to Raw on the next draft. I'll be very surprised if he stays on SmackDown. So with that being said, that omits him after this four-way match is done. Randy and AJ will get their one-on-one matches against Roman for the belt. They never had it. LA already had his. So his stuff's done. Will he get retribution against Bloodline? More likely not. Let's be real. It's not happening. But I will say LA Knight is still a popular guy and he can build feuds on other brands. That don't mean that's the end of LA Knight either. We can still start something fresh and new, great rivalry, or even win a mid card title. Something I prefer he needs before he gets to a world title, but that's just me. So that's all I have regarding the whole SmackDown, the New Year's Revolution. That's the review I have for that. So we are done for this portion of the show.